Yet another shooting by federal agents right down the road here. They looks like they're trying to force through to control the scene with a vehicle. They're clearing. There's a person arrested, it seems. I'm not quite sure, on the ground. She looks like she's cuffed. Yep.
Crowds are gathering in Minneapolis after federal agents shoot a man in the leg during immigration enforcement operations. According to a spokesperson from the Department of Homeland Security, an ICE officer was attacked by 3 men with a snow shovel and broom handle during an arrest. That officer then opened fire, hitting one of the men, described as a Venezuelan migrant, in the leg. We're told he is expected to recover. An ICE officer was also taken to the hospital. No word on that officer's condition or any injuries tonight.
Just 5 vehicles, so this is facts. If it happened to me, I had doubts. In the beginning, before I started doing this journalism, I had some doubts early on, but now I realize, like, this is bad. Yeah, I see paramedics. Someone from the house, look. They're removing somebody from the house, yeah. Who are they carrying? A kid? They're carrying a kid, an arm, I think. Yeah, well, the paramedic is carrying a child. Not a 6-month-old, looks like right there in the front of the line. Right there. First one walking up. He has him over his shoulder. There's more people leaving the house. Let's go check out.
Luckily, they're terrible drivers in the snow. Ice defeats ice, it seems. And they just missed my rear bumper. It ended up hitting the curb of this residential yard. So you'll see it coming up here in just a minute. It's one ICE agent behind me, one in front of me. The third, who had boxed me in earlier to threaten me, just there, nearly misses and hits the curb. And that was an attempt. I was on public property, peacefully observing, recording their activities, and they attempted to assault my vehicle. And that is what ICE does. Have a good day.
I'll let you take a look at some of the immigration officers moving this way. I'm going to move off to the side. But to explain, it provides status to, we're going to move back a little bit as we have immigration officers. They're going down. This happened out of nowhere, Gotti. They're clearly moving toward a subject that they have. As we watch, and these are a mixture of federal agencies. We are now being held up. There's some pepper balls that are being launched at folks. And Gotti, you saw how quickly this all escalated. You had the crowd there. We knew that they were lining up. And it's clear that they are definitely targeting something. There's an individual now who has been tackled in the distance. You see on the sign they say federal officer, Department of Prisons. He's pulling out some pepper spray, telling people to move back, and we will follow his commands.
What up, sister?
Hi.
How are you?
Fine.
You guys good?
Yeah.
How about I hook you up with some McDonald's gift cards just for being amazing? Thank you. There you go. Come here, my sister. Here, right here. Here is $40 in McDonald's gift cards. Will that be good for all of you? Yeah. Have a great day.
You. Merry Christmas.
Be kind to people.
Mark, what's the pin?
This is for Renee Nicole Good, who was murdered. This is for her. This is for the people in the United States who are terrorized and scared today. I know I'm one of them. I love this country, and what I'm seeing here happening is not America.
How about that Renee good, guys?
Hi. I think it's kind of a little bit overshadowed with what's going on in our country. It's kind of, I feel like we're kind of at a turning point in this country.
This is for the mother who was murdered by ICE agent, and it's really sad. And you know, I know people are out marching and all today, and we need to speak up. We need to be out there and shut this rogue government down, because it's just awful what they're doing to people.
She's a victim who is not with us anymore. She's dead because an officer of the United States of America killed her, and it's been on video, and we've all seen it, and we've seen our president, our vice president, and Cruella Gnome go after her as if she was some type of domestic terrorist. They've attacked her before her body's in the ground. This is cruel. It's the wrong picture of our government and not the way our government should be. It should, any law enforcement community that I know of, certainly the Memphis Police Department, if an officer does a shooting, even if it's pretty clear that it's self-defense, they are relieved of duty pending an investigation. This man has not been relieved of anything.
My fellow Minnesotans, what's happening in Minnesota right now defies belief. News reports simply don't do justice to the level of chaos and disruption and trauma the federal government is raining down upon our communities. 2,000 to 3,000 armed agents of the federal government have been deployed to Minnesota. Armed, masked, undertrained ICE agents are going door to door, ordering people to point out where their neighbors of color live. They're pulling over people indiscriminately, including U.S. citizens, and demanding to see their papers. And at grocery stores, at bus stops, even at our schools, they're breaking windows, dragging pregnant women down the street, just plain grabbing Minnesotans and shoving them into unmarked vans, kidnapping innocent people with no warning and no due process. Let's be very, very clear. This long ago stopped being a matter of immigration enforcement. Instead, it's a campaign of organized brutality against the people of Minnesota by our own federal government. Last week, that campaign claimed the life of Renee Nicole Good. We've all watched the video. We've all seen what happened. And yet, instead of conducting an impartial investigation so we can hold accountable the officer responsible for Renee's death, the Trump administration is devoting the full power of the federal government to finding an excuse to attack the victim and her family. Just yesterday, 6 federal prosecutors, including the longtime career prosecutor leading the charge to investigate and eliminate fraud in our state's programs, quit their jobs rather than go along with this assault on the United States Constitution. But as bad as it's been, Donald Trump intends for it to get worse. This week, he went online to promise that, quote, the day of retribution and reckoning is coming. That's a direct threat against the people of this state, who dared to vote against him 3 times and who continue to stand up for freedom with courage and empathy and profound grace. All across Minnesota, people are stepping up to help their neighbors who are being unjustly and unlawfully targeted. They're distributing care packages and walking kids to school and raising their voices in peaceful protest, even though doing so has made many of our fellow Minnesotans targets for violent retribution. Folks, I know it's scary, and I know it's absurd that we all have to be defending law and order, justice, and humanity while also caring for our families and trying to do our jobs. So tonight, let me say once again to Donald Trump and Kristi Noem, end this occupation. You've done enough. Let me say 4 critical things to the people of Minnesota. 4 things I want you to hear as you watch the news and look out for your neighbors. First, Donald Trump wants this chaos. He wants confusion. And yes, he wants more violence on our streets. We cannot give him what he wants. We must protest loudly, urgently, but also peacefully. Indeed, as hard as we will fight in the courts and at the ballot box, we cannot and will not let violence prevail. You're angry, I'm angry. Angry is not a strong enough word, but we must remain peaceful. Second, you are not powerless, you are not helpless, and you are certainly not alone. All across Minnesota, people are learning about opportunities, not just to resist, but to help people who are in danger. Thousands upon thousands of our fellow Minnesotans are going to be relying on mutual aid in the days and weeks to come, and they need our support. Tonight, I want to share another way you can help. Witness. Help us establish a record of exactly what's happening in our communities. You have an absolute right to peacefully film ICE agents as they conduct these activities. So carry your phone with you at all times. And if you see these ICE agents in your neighborhood, take out that phone and hit record. Help us create a database of the atrocities against Minnesotans, not just to establish a record for posterity, but to bank evidence for future prosecution. The third thing I want to say to you tonight is, we will not have to live like this forever. Accountability is coming at the voting booth and in court. We will reclaim our communities from Donald Trump. We will reestablish a sense of safety for our neighbors, and we will bring an end to this moment of chaos, confusion, and trauma. We will find a way to move forward, and we'll do it together, and we'll not be alone. Every day, we are working with business leaders, faith leaders, legal experts, and elected officials from across this country. They've all seen what Donald Trump is trying to do to our state, and they know their states could be next. And that brings me to the fourth thing I want to say tonight, Minnesota, how incredibly proud I am of the way that you've risen to meet this unbearable moment. But I'm not at all surprised, because this is who we are. Minnesotans believe in the rule of law, and Minnesotans believe in the dignity of all people. We're a place where there's room for everybody, no matter who you are, or who you love, or where you came from. A place where we feed our kids, we take care of our neighbors, and we look out for those in the shadows of life. We're an island of decency in a country being driven towards cruelty. We will remain an island of decency, of justice, of community, of peace. And tonight I come before you simply to ask, don't let anyone take that away from us. Thank you, protect each other, and may God bless the people of Minnesota.
And the way you look tonight, well, my heart is wrapped up in clouds.